On this week's episode, to talk about Black Bag.
And other pop culture news from the week.
So this week, we saw Black Bag by Steven Soderbergh with Michael Fassbender, Cate Blanchett, the black guy from That Thing, the black girl from The Other Thing, Rachel Harris.
Right?
Rachel Harris? Oh,
Naomi Harris.
Naomi Harris.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan, another James Bond adjacent. I mean, he is a veteran. He was James Bond.
He is Bond.
She was Money Penny on the Daniel Craig's version. And some very other talented people.
Yeah.
And it was good. I mean, it's Steve Soderbergh. He's a very, very good director. I expected the movie, not only because of the director alone, but because of the trailer. I expected that there would be good, interesting. I had an idea, what they call it,
suspicions.
Storyline. Storyline. I think that's for an idea for a script that similar to what the beginning of the movie is, or at least the trailer is. So I was curious to see what he would do, and mine goes in a tragedy, and his starts on something very. In the trailer, you see that. It's that this super spy for the British intelligence service, the MI6, I guess.
Yeah.
They never mention by name, do they?
They don't.
Yeah. So he finds out that his wife,
Also a super spy.
also a super spy,
For MI6.
that he knew, but he finds out that she might be a traitor, and that's bad. You know, your wife, your soulmate, the love of your life, not only lying to you about, I mean, lying, period, cheating of sorts, but she's like compromising the life of your compatriots. You know,
Yeah.
the safety of the country and your job. Anyways,
Yeah.
so it starts tragic, but it takes a turn into very, very cool, interesting spy movie, into heist elements, and the characters are all very interesting, intelligent, captivating, but you suspect everybody because the movie starts with a dinner party.
Yeah, it's very like Agatha Christie
Very
who done it at the
interesting.
beginning. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's this dinner party, and you know one of these people has betrayed their nation,
Yes.
possibly the world, right? So it's this great premise, and they make it clear through very clever like cinematography and also screenwriting. They make it very clear that you cannot trust any of these people.
Yeah.
Right? They lie. They're professional liars. They have their jobs because they are so good at lying and cheating and everything. And so at different points in the movie, I'm like, okay, well, he did it. No, it's her. Well, it could be. Like, they all have a motive.
Yeah.
It's very, very well done.
Yeah. And very, very good acting. Fassbender plays his strengths. He plays this like inhuman type of, almost robotic.
I was
type
definitely
of
thinking of his, what was it? Is it Romulus?
in Romulus. He was in
No,
Romulus.
which one? No, I
He
get
wasn't
the
the one
alien.
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was a little bit of him in Romulus.
Yeah, but it's the one before.
yeah, it's Prometheus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was definitely reminded of that. Like, very
Yeah.
cold, very calculating.
And even as Magneto, you know, he's when you don't care, his what's the word for it? Oh gosh, it's like right here. His
Do some circumlocution.
yeah. When you don't care, your
His like apathy.
apathy for mankind, right?
Oh yeah.
He's like, it's mutant kind.
Yes.
Humans are inferior. They should die. You know, even that is kind of like a very like sort of inhuman, and he does really, really well.
Same for Cate Blanchett. Like, her, something that she's very good at is being like, you know, like beautiful she's
very
glamorous.
good at being beautiful.
She's good. She's good at playing like this very beautiful, like powerful woman, but also like being able to switch on this like danger in a second. So at one point she's just like, "Oh, I'm putting on my earrings and my silk pajamas, and I'll kill for you." And you're like, "Dang it, I think you would."
Yeah.
Like,
no, very, very, very well written, very well directed. The movie takes the only big beef I have with the movie. They have the movie take place in a week length of time. It takes place in a whole week, 7 days, and every day is a Monday, and it's the Friends font.
the font is it's almost
Why?
exactly.
but besides that, very very well done, very elaborated. All the characters. It's one of those situations that every character. It's so well written and so important for the plot and for the story that if you cannot take any character out of the movie. If you take any character, you don't have the movie because everybody has an important role. And if you don't find out in the beginning, most likely we'll definitely find out at the end.
Yeah. Something else I appreciate is like on this whole journey to like figuring out what's going on, figuring out who the traitor is, nothing is withheld from you as a viewer. You see every bit of evidence, you know everything that our main character does. So you have every opportunity to figure out who the traitor is. There's no like smoke and mirrors or anything at the end. So I really appreciate that kind of writing. It's very, very fun to watch.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend this movie.
Yes.
It was a blast.
Very, very, very.
So entertaining.
Adult spy intelligent movie. You should check. A movie I think it's like, I don't know, second week. It's not doing well. I mean, granted we went like after lunch.
Yeah, I don't think we can. We were the only ones in the theater, but it was like Thursday at 1:30.
Yeah, but it's definitely a good one. What the critics are saying? Just for curiosity, where's your browser?
My browser's right there.
Okay, let's see. Just not that we care, but I'm just curious to see because it is a good movie.
Yeah.
And you can see how much, and it's a small company. It was Focus Features.
Yes.
So it's not like they paid for critics like some big house mouse.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so Black Bag. And you want to explain what Black Bag is?
Yeah, so black bag is this phrase that they have for each other, and it seems like they use it in the agency too.
Oh, the critics loved it.
Oh, good.
96%.
Yeah.
And the audiences are liking it too.
Yeah,
it
70%.
Makes sense.
That's not bad.
Because it is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good on all levels. Yeah, so black bag, whenever like the spouse asks a question that they can't answer because of, confidentiality stuff, they're like, black bag. And we see a few different relationships, like this marriage. Some people marriage between two people.
Wait.
What?
Now that you mentioned that, it's actually it's just like Friends. It's 3 different couples.
Yes.
So maybe that's why I put this.
But no Phoebe.
What do you mean no Phoebe? No, Friends is six people, right? 2 different couples.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
At some point, everybody hooks up with everybody. But
Does Phoebe ever hook up with any of them?
Joey?
I don't think she does.
She does?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Remember, she has this great like
No, Joey hooks up with her virtually through Ursula.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. But no, Phoebe's like the unattached one. So she's like if you guys. She has this great like meltdown about how like everybody's like super attached. Yeah, but I mean like everybody in the friend group is attached to each other. Like Rachel and Monica were best friends, and then like Ross and Rachel and Joey and Chandler are besties.
That's right.
And then Chandler marries Monica, so like they're all attached to each other. And Monica and Phoebe is just kind of the wild card.
And how did she came up to because Joey and Chandler are roommates.
Yeah.
Rachel and Monica. Wow, that's boring, huh? Rachel and Monica, they were like from same high school, same neighborhood. So it's Ross.
Ross and Monica are siblings.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's enough about
The
Friends.
point is, Black Bag is a really good movie and you should watch it.
Yes.
And tell us what you think.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I fully recommend. And it needs some love out in the box office. I think. I don't know. Maybe it's doing great. You did went to see on a very alternative screening time. But yeah, Black Bag is available on screens everywhere. You should go check because there's some other cool stuff coming. Snow White. No, I'm kidding.
Yay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Snow White did open up this week to a whopping $43 million domestic, $87 million global.
It was
It's not good.
a disaster.
Yeah.
It was like one was like it made history on how bad it opened. The movie cost a little bit short of $300 million, and that's for production only. For marketing, probably double that, so like $600 million. So it's around $500 million or a little bit more, or a little bit less. And it made $43 million domestically in the land of the movie. Like the movie was made here, in the world made 87, which is nothing compared to the size of the world and the size of the movie and the money they put to marketing the movie.
Exactly. So like a lot of these box office numbers are relative, right? For some movies, a $47 or $43 million opening would be great. But when you've spent, that much money just on production, it's not good.
Yeah. And we didn't see the movie, but what we hear from the movie, that's like it's bad, it's unnecessary. There's like problems. Besides the main actress, the protagonist, open her mouth to say the most stupid things about the movie. So it's like, anyways, she got paid for it. It's a big one. So no respect. So all that caused the movie to feel. Oh, there was something about the son of one of the producers blaming her for this, and there's serious concerns.
I don't think you can blame. This is not just on Rachel Ziegler's shoulders.
Serious concerns that her career is over.
Yeah,
yeah, because even the support she could help from the other things she did from Spielberg. She opened her mouth and said something criticizing Spielberg, that he was questioning if she was really Latina because her name is Ziegler. And
didn't he give her breakout role as Maria?
Yeah, but
in West Side Story.
Yeah.
So it resolved just fine, and and she was stunning in that. I thought she was so good.
After the fact, she was I don't know if she was trying to be funny or she was trying to be controversial, but she went and it's like, seriously, if you work with Spielberg, do like Tom Cruise, send him a cake every year.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. I'm curious about the context of this, partly because I just love Spielberg so much. But if he's questioning her ethnicity, wouldn't it be for the sake of casting a Latin actress for a Latin role? Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah, I mean, if you
want to
be accurate, if you want to be accurate and precise, sure. But it's and again, it's some of those secrets of the trade, some of the business behind the scenes that nobody needs to know. And you're gonna say that when he was doing his job for the sake of the movie, and you say that to make it look like he's racist or something? Unnecessary. Besides all the crappy decisions about the movie.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of other reasons it's failing. The dwarves do not look good.
Well, first, she's not Snow or White. The dwarfs, Peter Dinklage bit his tongue. Not bit his tongue. He opened his big mouth and said crap about, you shouldn't do that. That's the times have changed. You shouldn't do. It's funny for him that he has a job and makes money, stopping other small people, little people, right?
Little people.
The midgets to getting a job. It's so Disney then casts magical creatures that look like San Francisco hobos, and the image leaked.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Everybody hated. So
it was nope.
CGI, and it went to CGI,
which is also I haven't heard good things about it. Again, we haven't seen it yet. I am curious to watch it because I have strong feelings about it. I feel like I should see it to justify those strong feelings, but
and again they changed drastic things on how for feminism or pseudo feminism, that the princess doesn't need to be saved. She saves herself. There's no prince.
It's again, I need to see
Robin Hood character, and there's a whole song about she doesn't need a man. But anyways, what else about the movie? It was a disaster. In any other industry, losing money that way would be like suspicious of money laundering. But it's Disney, so yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, the movie is out. It's failing. It's probably gonna keep failing. Maybe it will get a last or second breath when it comes to Disney Plus. But again,
I suspect it
when it
will.
comes to that, that's too late, because it's when your base is subscribers, that movie will not increase the number of subscribers.
No, I don't
So,
think anyone's gonna subscribe
yeah.
for Snow White. I wonder if they had waited for summer, it would have done better.
I think the time. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it would have done a lot better, but maybe it would have had a better opening. Or,
Yeah.
when people can like take their kids to see it.
If anything, it's with the summer they already have big movies coming, right? They have Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They have what else Marvel has? Does the Spider-Man this year? No, next year. No, they already have planned. And this one was like, I would assume it was like borderline being canceled in the case of going straight to Disney Plus. To get a March release is actually a bonus, even though they lost a lot of money by distributing for theaters and not making money back. So there's all that. But yeah, Snow White, and I think that's the name, right? Snow White, that's it?
Yeah.
Because the original was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if they had that.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it's available in theaters everywhere. If you I don't know, have insomnia,
If you have money to
go
burn.
check. Or if you want peace, right? There's the meme like Goku and Vegeta, let's fight, where there's no people to be hurt, and then cut to them fighting in the theater show Snow White.
Yeah. Ay. All right, let's look at some fun headlines. Conor McGregor is announcing a run for president of Ireland.
Oh yeah.
So.
Okay.
Good luck, guys.
I mean, it's not the first and it's not the last time that a popular name that is out of politics come to politics, and gets elected, and it can be successful, right? Trump is doing his job. Reagan did an excellent job. The guy ended the Cold War.
Yeah.
So we'll see what comes out of this wave of conservatism out in the world, and Conor McGregor in Ireland. But we'll see when it happens.
Okay. Yahoo is selling TechCrunch to Regent.
Yeah.
I only know one of the three of those names.
Which one is it?
Yeah, Yahoo. I know about Yahoo.
Yeah. TechCrunch is a technology cruncher. No. Technology magazine.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Got it. Okay, this is kind of a bummer. Joe Gatto, who formerly of the Impractical Jokers, has been accused of sexual assault. And from what I read about what happened and things like that, it sounds like at best he's just kind of a sleazy guy who's struggling with stuff. Anyway. He, of course, denies it. He says he wouldn't assault anybody, but he has entered a treatment facility.
Yeah,
so
for me the weird thing
guy's got issues.
was he canceled the tour, and he to a treatment facility. I was like, well, if there's something to be treated, right? At best,
Sex addiction, drugs, alcohol.
No. I mean, I'm not even going there. But I mean, if he needs to be treated, at best he said something that was considered not assault, harassment.
Well, what happened here was he met a fan during the day. She was 19, and so he met a fan, and then they were like, she took a picture, tagged him in it on Instagram. Then they were sending each other messages all day. He gave her tickets to the show that night, and then they kept texting after the show, and then she got a little bit drunk, and he invited her to his hotel room at like 1 a.m, and she went to the hotel room.
Okay.
So who knows what actually happened. Really, only the two of them know what happened inside that hotel room. She definitely made some pretty bad choices. That doesn't mean she deserved to get assaulted.
True.
Doesn't mean that he assaulted. Anyway, it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, at best, he made some pretty sleazy choices. And this is like right after he was starting to put his marriage back together. You know, the marriage that was falling apart when he like left the Impractical Joker show, right? And anyway, so
the marriage fell apart because he left.
No, he left to try to save the marriage.
Oh, okay.
At least that's what they said. But then like they ended up getting divorced anyway. But then his wife was maybe taking him back, and then this happened.
Wow.
And apparently he's got a history of like inviting people to his hotel room. And anyway.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
well, no joke.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
it's just
I mean,
sad.
I don't know. It comes with the fame, and some people made bad decisions, and I guess he made some.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on.
Okay. MTV Documentaries got some or purchased some films at Sundance.
Sundance. Well, you get it.
Yeah,
there.
we'll get
But
there in a second.
what they bought it?
To Catch a Predator. Oh no, it's a documentary about To Catch a Predator called Predators.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going for awards.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That could be cool. But speaking of Sundance.
I'm never gonna Sundance again. Well, Sundance, it started its stupid. I mean, not stupid. This is their prerogative. It's their festival to do whatever crap they want.
Yeah.
They started this thing last year, I think. Let's move.
Yeah.
But instead of let's move to X, not the Twitter platform, incognito place, or undecided place, they decided to make like a bid, an election, research to see who wants us, right? Sort of, because it's always like that in the industry. And among several places, like, I don't know, San Francisco, Seattle, LA, someone in Texas, Cincinnati, someone in Texas, someone in Colorado, and they ended up going to Boulder. Colorado.
Utah did prepare a bid.
Yes,
Governor Cox had worked together, had put together what they felt was a pretty competitive bid to keep, and by bid we mean like, you know, tax breaks and all that stuff, to keep Sundance here, you know, where it was founded, where it's always been,
history,
you know, Robert Redford and all that good stuff, but alas.
But yeah, they moved into Boulder. Not a very bold decision.
Ayo.
But yeah, people are sad and pissed here because they're leaving. Some people in Boulder are like, yeah. So what?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they do bring a lot of money because all the stars come.
Yeah, once a year. Yeah.
Yeah, and they some have business here, and some, the ones that don't have business, rent houses and hotels, and they're big spenders. But they moved to Boulder. I wonder if there's a little bit of blue disease involved, because, you know, Colorado is a blue state, and they don't want to give money to red state, you know.
I wonder.
It was never declared.
Did Boulder really give them that much better of a deal?
It was never declared the details. But we know, they do that. They push for their agendas the way they can. Like, they wanted to stop shooting in Atlanta because of abortion laws in Atlanta, and you know, they find a way to, the way that everybody should do, right? If you don't support the cause, or you buy a product from a company that support a cause that you're not pro, you don't buy from them, buy from someone else, right?
Sure.
But those big rich people do in a different scale. So there's no details, but yeah, they're going to Boulder in 2027. So
yes,
there's still one last year here, and is Boulder like a mountain area? Do they have like ski resorts and stuff?
I don't think they have skiing in Boulder. I honestly don't.
Because
I don't know, but they
Park
did say
City is up in the mountains, right? Very
It
snow.
is. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And they don't do Sundance in the winter, so they've got skiing all winter, and then like spring summer is the film festival. Some of the justification, or when they made the announcement, they talked about, you know,
Sundance is in the fall, right?
Well, either way, it's not during ski season.
Yeah, but there's snow up there, right? When they do it.
I don't think so. I think they try to get in before the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sundance or Park City. So the festival is called Sundance, but it takes place in Park City, Utah. And I would imagine it'd be really difficult to do that during ski season, because it's kind of an international ski destination.
Yeah, January.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
January 22nd to February 1st.
Okay.
That's the one.
Back.
That's the one next year.
That seems like a weird time to do it.
Yeah. No, I know. I knew it was winter because you know, there's all the celebrities wearing their Sundance attire, and there's always like warm clothes. Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Well, I just take back everything I just said.
Yeah.
That just seems
stricken from the record.
It is. But they talked about when they're like, yeah, we chose Boulder because it's, you know, the small town feel and the art scene and the stunning natural surroundings, which I feel like Park City offers most of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I
haven't spent a lot of time in either place, so
breaking traditions and it's a Hollywood thing.
Not super thrilled about it.
But yeah. Anyways, good riddance, Sundance. I mean, I guess they're gonna be here one last time.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we will come up with a bigger, better festival here. Yeah, if not up there, down here. Anyways.
Okay. In the meantime, Rob Lowe has been talking about how California and Los Angeles leadership have made it almost impossible to film in the state just because it's so expensive to do so. To the extent that the game show he hosts right now, The Floor, is filmed in Dublin.
It's a game show.
Yeah.
Technically, they could shoot anywhere, but according to him, it's cheaper to fly 100 people to Dublin than shoot across the lot in the Fox Studios in LA.
That's insane.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, and it's just crazy. He mentioned something about in the numbers of 40-something% tax breaks they get in Ireland. Only now the local politicians in California are trying to fight to pass a bill to allow 35%, which is still less. So if you go and create a structure like in Dublin, like he did for his show, assuming that that's the only show, maybe there's more, but
yeah, I would expect so.
But once you create an structure that works, saves you money, gives you a good profit, it might be too late for the other guys to, unless you save more. But if you already have a structure that is saving, you know, if you don't offer one that saves more, why are you gonna move, right? So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. CBS has canceled After Midnight, which is a late night show with Taylor Tomlinson.
Yeah.
And they're not even going to replace it. The 12:30, it's on at 12:30 a.m. And they're not putting in any.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
They're not putting any original programming in.
I thought it was after Colbert. It's 12:30. Okay.
12:30. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna give the spot back to local affiliates, which they've been fighting for some of the time slot. They're trying to push the talk shows, the late night shows, to later, so they have a little bit for the news or whatever they want to do. And in this case, they got something after, but it's a beginning of a drastic change on the television grid, and. Yeah, and it's some of those. I mean, all of those. It's either like doing politics and doing nothing funny, or promoting movies. You know, you see Harrison Ford there promoting Captain America, or you see Adam Sandler promoting Happy Gilmore. We're getting so much more interesting conversations and interview from these people. In the internet through so many podcasts,
and Graham Norton,
and in England, right? Graham Norton does a terrific job.
He's got it. Yeah. Like he's nailed it, and he gets amazing guests.
Yeah.
Why even try?
Yeah,
because then those clips circulate and.
Yeah, and it's like something that Craig Ferguson used to do here. On the spot, that Tomlinson, what's the book?
Taylor Tomlinson.
Is losing. He would do he would like start the show. It's a great day for America, and his jokes, and then he would get the guest, and then he has like a list, and he would like rip and throw it, and then they would have like conversations.
Yeah.
It's like awkward pause or weird question. So it's it was funny. It's like when you go to see someone just promoting a movie that you either
with like clearly scripted exchange between the hosts, like.
You either already were over promoted, bombarded by the marketing from the show, or a movie that you don't want to see. Like Richard Ziegler show up and so it's losing it. It's time for the late night show to die. But yeah, it's what's going on with the internet. It's creating so many better opportunities to see these people. It's not like Jimmy Fallon laughing off his own jokes, and it's like, hey, I heard this about you. It's like scripted.
Did you hear that, or did their agent give you talking points?
Like, yeah, you can talk about this. It's like, oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I don't feel like it just doesn't work as well anymore with like you said, podcasts and social media and all that other stuff. Taylor Tomlinson, I think she's fantastic. Her stand-up is freaking hilarious, and the clips I saw from After Midnight weren't, I don't know, it just wasn't her best. So I hope she goes back to stand up because again,
most likely,
so funny, so talented, and there aren't other voices, or at least I can't think of another voice who really does quite what she does. So I hope we get her back on stage. You can get an official Last of Us coffee that is made with real cordyceps.
Yeah.
So
real cordyceps?
That's it. Yeah, cordyceps is just a type of fungus mushroom, and there are mushroom coffees out there. So
it's just for marketing, right? It doesn't give you any.
It doesn't turn you into a zombie, or
no, not that. But
I don't think it's like psilocybin or anything.
Oh, nothing good.
Just a nice roasted mushroom.
Yeah. It's out by what's the name of the company?
Fanatic. I don't know.
Where is it?
Right here at the top.
Yeah, it's being sold by Sigmatic.
Okay.
Or Sigmatic.
I don't know.
How do you pronounce it?
I have no idea.
You just said it.
Sigmatic or Signatic. It could go either way.
Sigmatic. That's the name of the company. So if you're into coffee with additional... go get it.
With clicking sounds. Oh, it's such a good game. And even though the show didn't quite do what I wanted it to do, there were still so many moments.
Nobody wanted it to.
I know, but like there's those moments where like you hear the clicking and like, it just so good. Anyway, okay, we haven't bashed on Disney quite enough yet this episode, so let's take a minute and look at some things going on there. They're working on a sequel to Coco, which is a perfect and beautiful movie, a work of art on many levels. I think it's a bad decision.
Yeah, it's a sequel. It's like you die a hero.
Goes back to the other side. Absolutely not.
You die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself becoming a villain. In the case of the sequel, it's like you die a great movie. Yes. Or you live long enough to become. It's like, what the heck, guys?
Whoever thought of this, they are more than Un Poco Loco.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
They are making money and they think they can do it, and they'll do it. It's risk free. It's not risk free.
It's not risk free.
It's less risky. Yeah.
There's got to be other ideas out there.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine the kids that saw Coco when Coco was out. Coco comes back. They are like, I don't know, teenagers now, or young adults, depending on how old you were.
Yeah.
And they play on the nostalgia. And they even if they do a mediocre job, they might make money if they follow certain rules, right? If they cast someone like Richard Ziegler, it's gonna suck because anyways.
Yeah, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie reportedly, rumor has it, is the lowest budget project from the Disney era Star Wars.
Okay,
it's not necessarily a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing. Yeah, it could actually mean. Through creativity,
right?
You cannot spend money But again, they spend money. It's like Rob Lowe was talking about. They spend money in such crazy, nonsensical ways.
But didn't episode 4, it only had a budget of like $10 million?
I can't remember.
Even in 1977 was like a very small amount of money to make a sci-fi film.
Yeah, but now not only the cost, but the unions and all that. There's Anyways.
Okay, we'll see. Honestly, I feel like that's maybe a good thing. But yeah, we'll find out. Yeah. Okay, so Daredevil, Born Again.
It could be that the cost will be like, the costs of making a couple episodes of a season of the TV show, which when the show was good, it was really good.
Yeah.
So if you can do what the show did, what the show best did, with the same budget in a movie, it could work really well. Mm-hmm. Even though, there's still the stigma of TV movie, streaming movie, but we're passing that. There's so many cool stuff coming out of streaming.
Yeah. And truly, there is no budget that can get you past a bad screenplay.
Yeah.
I don't think. I feel like at this point we've talked about enough. We've watched enough movies and TV. Like, there's no production value in this world, James Cameron, that will overcome that writing.
But it's like, but Cameron is, but people love him.
I don't understand it. And I don't know anybody who loves him. I've heard of them.
No, but love. I mean, Avatar is like always huge. How is that possible?
But like, where are these people? Because I'm not. I don't. I don't understand.
Ooh, you think they don't exist?
And popular doesn't mean good.
I know. But I mean, it's sure. Okay, I'll live with that. Yeah.
It's popular. But anyway, so Punisher Reborn. Nope, not Punisher Reborn.
There's no show.
You need to take it over.
Punisher Reborn.
Take it over.
Daredevil Reborn. Born Again. There's not even Reborn. I think I got Reborn.
I don't know. You got me all worked up.
Born Again. The new Disney show about the devil of Hell's Kitchen. Matt Murdock, vigilante, lawyer. We talked about how the show had to be...
avocado, if you will.
Yes. How the show had to be reshot. Because people's like, no. Apparently, following the trends, not trends because the show sucks, She-Hulk, but following the tropes they established there, it would be like mostly lawyer show. It was like, really? So that was one of the big fails. So they had to reshoot. But it was revealed this past weeks that John Bernthal, the Punisher from the Netflix shows, that is back on the allegedly, we didn't see yet. Yep. Is back on Daredevil Born Again. Not even wanted to get involved before the reshoots. It's like, nope, that's not Frank Castle. That's not my character. I will not come back. Once they decided to reshoot and redo everything, and then he came back. Yeah, and we'll see soon how that goes.
Yes, fingers crossed. Avengers Doomsday has revealed their cast. It includes Channing Tatum, a bunch of X-Men, Chris Hemsworth, et al.
Yeah, it's very surprising because it has the classic X-Men. It has Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Scott Marsden, Funky Janssen. No, I don't think they mentioned her name. I don't think he mentioned her name.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but Mystique. What's the bucket? The old one. Rebecca Roman. Stamos. Is she Stamos yet? No, she's not. She's not Stamos. She's with the guy that plays Handsome on Lower Decks. I can't remember his name. But yeah.
I got nothing for you. I'm sorry.
He's Josh. I can't remember. But
but the OG Raven.
Yeah, the OG Raven and the OG Beast. They already went to the MCU on the post-credit scene of the Marvels, which was probably the only good thing about that movie.
It was my favorite part.
So all that. And some fans are like pissed because they revealed that everybody from Thunderbolts, but one character will be back.
Yeah.
So they're already thinking, oh, this girl's gonna die.
It's not looking great.
And she should, because her character is so good in the books and has potential to be like a spectacular villain to beat. And they made it like, oh, really? This?
Yeah.
Anyways, so there's fans already stipulating
It's a potential spoiler.
Yeah, they gotta have, and there's a lot involved, and we'll see. But there's a lot that was not announced, so there might be more. Like Spider-Man was not announced, right?
This is true.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
In the meantime,
I was thinking about announcing the X-Men, especially the classic X-Men for this one. It's definitely, I feel like it's definitely influence of the success of Deadpool and Wolverine.
oh, for sure,
Right, because Wolverine, it was
Yeah.
like we waited for years and it finally happened, and the movie was huge, and it was like
so fun.
basically Ryan Reynolds by himself on the first two. I mean, of course, with the directors and producers, but there was no big studio. Fox didn't want to
That's right.
give much; they give a little bit more on the second, and then the third Disney got involved and it got huge. So I feel like the classic influence, the influence of the classic X-Men on that one is feeling on this one, which is great. Because they might want to come up with new ones, but it's still hard to let go of the old ones. So, I don't know. We'll see.
The old ones were just so perfect. In the meantime, over at Disney World in Epcot in Florida, there was a fire on Remy's Ratatouille adventure, and they had to evacuate the ride.
Yeah,
Hopefully everyone's okay.
It's
It's a major bummer.
Yeah.
Not a fun way to spend your time there. Over at Apple TV, Severance has been renewed for a third season. Thank goodness. I was not satisfied with that ending. I need more. But even though shows like Severance and Ted Lasso and others are doing so well at Apple TV, they're actually losing like $1 billion a year
Yeah.
somehow.
Streaming is tough because you invest a lot, and then you charge $9.99 a month or something like that for, as a household. Let's say five people.
Right.
If it was to the movies, they would pay a lot more than $9.99. But anyways, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Because they had the great idea to renew Ted Lasso, so it seems like they're onto something.
Well, they're not giving up. Apple Films is working with Joseph Kosinski and Jerry Bruckheimer on a UFO thriller.
Yeah, Kaczynski of fame of Top Gun Maverick. So we'll see.
Yeah. What's this about Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal doing Othello?
They're doing Othello at Broadway. So if you if you're in New York City and if you want to spend some money to see talented people doing Shakespeare, that's a recommendation.
Jeez, I was hoping that was a movie. Because Denzel Washington does Shakespeare so well. He makes it. Very few people can make
this one is a modern take.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a waste of. Nothing's a waste of Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
But like, oh man.
I mean, by modern take is not the modern take that people do. Modern take means DEI means No,
I know, but it's like modern language.
No, I'm not saying it's a modern language. It takes place in modern times. They might use the same language.
Oh yeah.
But it's like it's not like they're wearing like the clothes of the time. They're wearing like suits
sure.
yeah.
Baz Luhrmann did that with Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, which one?
The Baz Luhrmann one. With
DiCaprio.
Claire Danes and DiCaprio.
Yes.
They used Shakespearean language, but it was set in like 1990s Los Angeles. Okay. I hope
like with Shakespeare, Hamlet too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. The One Piece show, one of the showrunners of One Piece has had to leave to work on his mental health. The first season was so fantastic. I hope he's doing okay. Good luck.
Yeah.
Hang in there.
Talking about good luck, goodbye, good luck. Was a good night, good luck.
Yeah, good night.
This George Clooney is under fire because of stupid things he said again.
I don't care so much.
See, he's doing this show. It's about journalism. It's about the press. And after the show, he started preaching to the audience about the freedom of the press and stuff like that. And is poorly seen by everybody because he's not a member of the press. He's an actor. He was on ER. That doesn't mean he's a doctor. He cannot give you doctor advice. So yeah, and it's funny. This guy, the guy that could be pointed at the guy that took Biden down, right? Coming up to say crap like pretending to be the fourth state, pretending to be depressed. And yeah, it's annoying everybody on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Who cares? Linda Cardellini is cast as Pamela Voorhees in a Friday the 13th prequel.
yes, for Paramount, right? Paramount.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was sure. I mean, it's. I don't know. It's just weird. Really. Yeah. But I guess if we don't move forward, we move backward. I guess they try to move backward, but it's like, what? No, come on. Yeah.
Amy Pascal and David Heyman are producing the next James Bond film for Amazon MGM.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's for Amazon.
Yeah.
And Amazon lost this week. They lost what's her name?
I have no idea.
Zelki. Didn't I put it there?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't see anything about Amazon.
Okay.
Sorry.
Amazon lost the head of production, the big head of production, Zelki, I think is her name, which is like the great mind that gave us Rings of Power.
Oh no.
So yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to put that there. Anyways.
I would have ended the show with that. Okay, well, speaking of Amy Pascal, Seth Rogen says that Catherine O'Hara's character in the studio is actually based on Amy Pascal.
Oh yeah.
I
need to see the show.
Not a huge Seth Rogen fan, but this project is very intriguing.
Oh,
it looks funny.
A gigantic cast.
Yeah.
From Martin Scorsese to
right.
Yeah. We'll see.
And Catherine O'Hara.
It's about it sounds like what HBO was doing with the superhero show.
The franchise.
The franchise. It sounds a lot like that.
It does.
See. Of course.
Kind of a behind the scenes how the sausage is made.
Rogan has a little more cachet than that was Yanucci, right? Yanucci had. But anyways, but I guess the superhero genre is not relatable to everybody. Or it's like one thing is making movies, one thing is making movies about superheroes, and some will not resonate with all the audiences. When making a movie, will resonate to all the audiences. Maybe it might be more successful.
Like a broader,
Yeah. It's on Apple. We're gonna check the first episode probably today.
Cool. The Harry Potter HBO series is looking at Nick Frost to play Hagrid. He looks a lot like Robbie Coltrane. I could see that'd be fine.
And again, you put like a long beard, long hair. I guess,
and make him huge.
You could
You could, but some people are going to more naturally fit into that role. And this one, I see.
Someone said, I read somewhere that he will play Hagrid in opposition to John Lithgow Dumbledore. I was like, do they ever have scenes together? What does that mean?
In opposition?
Not opposition, but it was like
playing Hagrid against.
No, sort of against, but like playing Hagrid to Dumbledore with Dumbledore. It's like, do they even have a relationship in the movies?
Oh, they do. But like Hagrid is a fierce Dumbledore loyalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do they ever have a scene together at all?
Actually, like one of the very first scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When they leave Harry on the doorstep, or Hagrid is the one who brings baby Harry.
Okay.
And gives him to Dumbledore.
Okay.
So, Yellowstone is getting another spin-off.
Yeah, with Keith. What's the name?
Luke Grimes.
Keith.
I don't know who Keith is.
Yeah. Sorry, Keith.
What's up with the Smallville animation?
So yeah, there is a Smallville and a sequel. So it will take place after the end of the live action. Some of the cast would be involved voicing the characters. And
Good.
Tom Welling was talking about this past week about how it's like it's very on hold. They have nothing.
Aww.
And they even though the fans want, he feels like it's not gonna happen. This stuff because James Gunn is like monopolizing things in a ways that is his Superman or none. Like they canceled Superman and Lois on CW, and this one is like kind of shelved, put it to the side. And he says like for now it's not gonna happen because they're putting all the chips on Superman, and it's really drastic. It might mean the end of Warner Brothers if the movie does not succeed. Yeah, the movie does not succeed. And by the end, I mean sell pieces here, sell pieces there. So
still though.
Yeah. So if the movie does not succeed, that would be huge.
Yeah.
And if anything, DC would be so like almost for sure, and Warner Brothers would be split. And so it's the biggest property, and even though they give it to someone that definitely doesn't. It's like reports from people that seen cuts the movie and people that work the movie. That's a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, yeah, so the guy only knows how to do that.
Yeah, because
So-
Suicide Squad was just DC Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And and I really enjoyed it. I think that works really well for Suicide Squad. It's not Superman.
But Guardians worked really well. The first one, and then the second one was like, huh? And the third one, there's some like emotional. Some people say, oh, there's like, but it's still not as good as the first one. And yeah, it's But he wants to do that with Superman. That's why he announced like so many characters, because he needs the ensembles to do the ensemble thing he did with the Guardians.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, so all that to say that Smallville, there's an animation that they want to make a sequel. They did comic books following the show as Clark as Superman, and now they want to put that into animation, but it's sort of on hold. It's not gonna happen anytime
That's too
soon.
bad.
If ever, we'll see.
Okay. Reportedly, Keanu Reeves charged $39,000 per word he said in John Wick as a way to force them to write less dialogue.
Well, less is more, right?
In this case, yes, very much so.
And
I think it's part of why the character works.
Yeah, you know, if a good writing, you don't have to write everything, especially because it's medium, it's visual medium, so a lot of you will show instead of speaking. It's not the theater. The theater, if they don't speak, you have nothing. Some might claim you have facial expressions. It's like not if I bought a Groupon and I'm all the way to the back. So yeah, so cool.
Yeah, I think it worked, and like specifically for this character too. He's better as the strong, silent, deadly type. Downton Abbey is getting another movie. Apparently, it's going to be a grand finale.
Yeah, Downton Abbey grand finale. Yeah, it's the last chapter of the lady died, right? At the end of the one, it was clear that she died, right?
One of them did, but like that's the whole thing with these noble families, right? There's always someone else.
But I mean, it was sort of like, even if she was alive, which she's not, but it was like the way they ended their movie, she wouldn't coming back for this one, right? Even if she was alive.
Right. Yeah. No, the character's dead. The actress is dead.
They wrote in a way that was like a goodbye. It's like she even jokes about, I'm not there yet. So okay.
Yeah. No.
If anything, I'm not saying it's good to die. Or maybe it is. I never did. But if anything, it's the fact that the actress died stopped them from bringing back to this one, which I know could be a mistake. But yeah. Anyways,
we'll see. I'm sure, like the other Downton Abbey films, it'll be like completely unnecessary and completely delightful and enjoyable. Jeez. Like they wrapped up the finale of Downton Abbey, the series. I thought was really, really well done. We didn't need anything after that. But if they're gonna give us stuff, it's really nice. It's like after like a good meal, you don't need anything more. But then they offer you a lovely dessert. You don't need it, but it's really nice.
Okay.
They keep giving us dessert. Or like
unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, Nintendo and Sony have announced a Zelda movie in 2027.
In live action, so we'll see.
Oh, this means we need to get a Switch and play the games.
Zelda the warrior. Yeah. No, Zelda's the princess.
Zelda's the princess.
I know.
But I feel like everyone's gone through that. A lot of people have been like, "Oh, that's Zelda," and then some kid who's playing the game, "No, that's Link." Anyway, it's a fair mistake. Okay, what's Spider-Man been up to?
I don't know what Spider-Man been up to.
So the kid dressed as Spider-Man was arrested for stealing $10,000 worth of Pokemon, Dragon Ball, and One Piece cards.
There you go.
To which Jonah Jameson was like, "I told you!
Yeah.
I knew it!
Get me pictures!"
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a menace!
Anyways, what else?
That's it. That's all
Okay,
that's a lot.
Yeah. Oh. I guess that's it for this week. Come back next week with more pop culture news, entertainment. Make the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.